2024, Washington.
Yep.
Still going to be at the bottom.
Same,
of the
but
NL
different.
East.
69 and 93. I got them 31 games out of first place. Yeah, I don't think.
Worse than last year.
Yeah, I just don't think.
Nothing.
Not a lot going on there.
Well, I mean, they haven't been the same team since they won the World Series in 2019. Like, they just had fast clip.
Well, everyone knows when you win a World Series, the thing to do is tear it all down, get rid of all your good players, and completely start from scratch. Pretty smart, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's worked out well for them. I just look, if you're a Nationals fan listening, there is some exciting things for you to look forward to. I think C.J. Abrams at shortstop is blossoming into a really good player. I do believe that. I think Mackenzie Gore in the rotation can take another step forward. I think Josiah Gray, what are you going to get from him? How about him? Dylan Cruz, the name that I just mentioned accidentally with the Mets, but changed my tune there, is with the Nationals. Are you going to get him at some point? James Wood, another trade acquisition. So all the trades you made, those guys are blossoming or getting close. So there's a lot of hope and potential down in the minor leagues for the Nationals, and not a completely lost year. This will be a big development year, but they are not going to make the playoffs.
Okay. Also a development year for the fourth place team, the Mets, but a better record than last year.
Yeah, I think the Mets are going to be sneaky good this year. I really do. 84 and 78 is where I have them, 16 games out of first place. I think they are a much better team this year, record-wise. When we look up at the end of the year, they're going to be much better than they were last year. I know it's really tough. I would honestly, if Kodai Senga weren't hurt right now, I would consider
moving them
the Mets in the playoffs.
Oh, what?
The addition of J.D. Martinez to that lineup.
Who said he's addicted to the playoffs.
And signed with the Mets, correct.
Very interesting. Very interesting call there.
The addition of J.D. Martinez is big. Another year, I think those young guys, Brett Beatty, Francisco Alvarez, I am so excited about Francisco Alvarez. I drafted him so high in our fantasy league.
I'm like, we're going to get fantasy talk in every show.
Oh, fantasy talk. Yeah, we like, we'll get some
Yeah, because everyone cares about your fantasy team.
Yeah. So, I think some improvement. Luis Severino in the rotation has looked good in spring. So, yeah, I'm not super high on the Mets. A lot of improvement and could be in that fringe playoff territory.
Okay, interesting. At number 3, Miami, once again, but with the exact same record as last year.
And the exact same record as the New York Mets. They have the same record. They tie in the division, in my opinion. I think the Marlins have a really good rotation, and I think it finally goes from a rotation. We finally got glimpses last year. All we've been hearing is this rotation. If we're ranking rotations on nastiest stuff, the Marlins are at the top of that. But it was, when are they going to put it all together? And they seem to last year with a record like this, with an offense that's not great. It's because of their rotation. It's because of Jesus Luzardo. By the way, Sandy Alcantara, who won the Cy Young Award the year prior, did not have a good year. So you have Jesus Luzardo, Sandy Alcantara. There are some injuries that they're dealing with from some elbow stuff. Edward Cabrera, Yuri Perez hurt, Braxton Garrett hurt. So there are injuries they're dealing with. But rotation-wise, they got some nasty stuff, and I think it can carry them to a record that is the exact same as the New York Mets.
All right, well, let's get to the top 2 teams, because these are 2 of the most exciting teams in Major League Baseball. I believe they're both playoff teams. But you got the Phillies finishing in second.
I have the Phillies at 93 and 69. I am very high on the Phillies this year. I know I've been saying for a couple weeks, it wouldn't shock me. Let's not just go out there and assume that the Atlanta Braves are as much of a layup to win the division as, I don't know, let's say the Dodgers in the West. I know there's some good teams out there. Maybe they're the biggest favorite to win the division. I don't think that's the case in the NL East. The Phillies are a damn good baseball team.
Yep.
They are so good. They have a full year of Bryce Harper being healthy. They have a lineup that's going to have Trey Turner now, hopefully being Trey Turner.
Second half Trey Turner last year.
Second half Trey Turner last year, full career Trey Turner to start this season.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not just forget about him in that lineup. And then Nick Castellanos and then JT Realmuto from 1 through 9 in this lineup is good. It's not as good 1 through 9 as the Atlanta Braves, and neither is their rotation. That's why I go with the Braves at 1 here. We can put them up because I made the spoiler, but do not be shocked if the Phillies push for a division title here. I don't have that happening. I have them going 93-69 and finishing 7 games behind the Atlanta Braves because I do believe to start the year, and we did week 0 power rankings, and I have the Braves at the very top at number 1 because I believe 1 through 9, the Atlanta Braves have the best lineup in baseball. I believe 1 through 5, the Atlanta Braves have the best rotation in baseball, and I think they have a good back into the bullpen. I think the Braves win this division. I think they win 100 games. I think they go 162, and once again, and keep their streak going, win the AL East. NL East also.
Yep.
No, just one of them. They're winning the NL East.
Okay. And then Phillies as a playoff team,
yes,
wild
good
card?
Call. Phillies are my wild card team, my third of 3. And no order. That's just, so I go D-backs, Cubs, Phillies are my 3 wild card teams from the NL. Alex, who do you have winning the division?
My 3 wild card teams were Padres, Cubs, Phillies. And honestly, I think it's better for the Phillies to finish in second place. I think it's better for their brand. They kind of need that chip on their shoulder, and they are built for the postseason. Once they get to the postseason, that's when they come alive, and then that's when they take down these powerhouse teams that everyone thinks, oh, it's going to be a cakewalk. We're playing the Phillies. No, it's not. They're going to beat you, and they're going to move on. So I think it's actually better for the postseason for the Phillies to finish in second.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to play them in the playoffs.
No.
And when they get in as a wild card, it's just dangerous because typically it's probably going to be the number 1 wild card seed.
Yep.
So whoever ends up as the 5 seed when the Phillies are the 4 is going to have to go into Philly and win 2 out of 3 there, which is just a hard thing to do. Well, I mean, the D-backs did it, so it does happen, but it is not an easy thing to do. So, yeah, I have the Phillies as a wild card team getting in and being very, very, very good.
Thanks for watching. If you love Flippin Bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.